Yes, that's right. Welcome back to F1P1 Life. Of course, I'm your host, Sean Kilburn. And right now we are going to be getting into the 2023 liveries. All the cars have been launched. Yeah, that's right. We're on preseason testing this weekend. So it's a perfect time to kind of look these over. And of course, last year was a huge change in the rules. So huge generational change in the way the cars look and everything. Not going to be that drastic of a change this year. I think that's not really that new to anybody. But of course, like I said, all the launches are here and we want to still go over and see what we got on the grid for this year. So there are going to be a few surprises, and who knows? Let's see what that Mercedes is looking like this year. So pushing right on, we are going right to Alpine. And yes, that's right. I'm going to be starting from my worst ranked to best ranked cars for this year. So that means, unfortunately, the Alpine is at the bottom of the list. And wow, the blue and pink did work a lot better in reality. Once you saw the car on track and all throughout the year, it really stood out a lot better than I felt like the original launch of 22 was. And the reason why they ended at the bottom of the list is just the pink is a little jarring still. It doesn't really blend perfectly. I feel like, the other colors are kind of like a matte gel. The pink is kind of just a flat color. It's just, it was okay more so for last year with the changes just being shocking and so forth, but this year, yeah, it just ended at the bottom of the list. And unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. Now they did do obviously a blue and pink like they did last year, and honestly, I still give it to them. The pink car, really, I expected this year too. The pink car is going to be a lot better looking in person, or at least on TV. I won't be there in person, but who knows? Stay tuned to the end of the year. Might hit Vegas. That's for another video. But yeah, it's decent car. I really don't want to say that I hate any of these cars, but one of them had to be at the bottom of the list, and unfortunately, it's just the way it goes for Ocon and Gasly. Yeah, that's right, boys. Unfortunately, the livery just really isn't holding up, but something tells me the car is going to do a lot better for you two folks. So, yeah, there it is on track, and we'll have more of it this weekend, which is a great thing. But Alpine in 10th place with a score of 5. Now, moving on to AlphaTauri. Yeah, that's right. AlphaTauri really didn't change a lot from last year, and that's going to be kind of a theme going forward, of course. But I do want to point out, I do like the red flares that we got going on. The wheel covers look cool. I just like the red, the Orlean tucked in there over the wheels a little bit. Just looks nice. But overall, AlphaTauri just really isn't that much change. Now, I will say I do like, this year versus last year, I like the way the blue is picking up. Just a lot more like of a royal kind of blue. I definitely like that. Not too much in the changes you can see back there, other than a little bit of venting right at the top. Definitely like the carbon fiber look where it says AlphaTauri. And yeah, I will mention one thing that I noticed as I was going through this. I like the little Italian flag on the back of the wing, I should say. Overall, sharp car, but it's just going to end up in 9th place, like I said, with a score of 5.5. Now, moving to McLaren. McLaren was very jarring last year. Of course, the papaya orange wasn't a big surprise, but what kind of shade it comes in was always, up for grabs. And just the whole layout of it with the teal blue kind of just scrolling through the middle there. But of course, we got the Google Chrome stuff going on, and it's just kind of jolting. And I guess that's pretty good for a race car. It looks like there's a lot going on. It looks like it's kind of moving around, and so the car kind of looks kind of fast from that perspective. Now, something tells me that McLaren's going to be doing fairly well this year, but fingers crossed as well. But like I say all the time, never doubt on McLaren. But what I will doubt on is this livery. Yes, that's right. It just really isn't, really up to snuff for me. And it's just kind of, it's all over the place, and it's all over the place the same as last year. And so, it's just kind of down there. And unfortunately, it's going to be 8th place with what do you call it? A score of 6. And, that's also because I'm a McLaren fan, and, all facts out on the table here, but also I've always wanted a exotic car that's papaya orange, so I think that gave them a little bit of a boost there. But we'll let that be. Now, Red Bull. Whoo! The Bull always looks sharp. It always looks great, and that's probably the little bit of a Red Bull fan in me. And hey, it just is what it is. You see the sparks flying, gotta love it, gotta love it. Oracle Racing, though, it's just not changing much, and not just from year over year, but just in general. I mean, let's go pull a Red Bull from 10 years ago, and I mean, other than some flares, it's some design language here. It's looking exactly the same. And it's kind of like Porsche, it's not a bad thing because it's so good. But because there was such a shock to last year with the rule changes and then this year not having it, I was a little more stringent on just what I thought of it compared to last year and just the overall look. And so while I love the Red Bull and I think it's just menacing, and you got to throw a little Danny Rick in there if you forgot, he is the backup driver here. So oh, gotta love the fact that Danny Rick's still on the in the paddock somehow. But that said, it's far, far, far from that one-off Japanese livery that we saw. And if they had went with something like this for this year, then they probably would have just topped the list. I had to throw it in there because I just love the look of it. I think so many of you out there do too. And if that's the case, be sure to leave in the comment section down below what you think. But for all of these, leave your comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? Did I miss something? Yeah. And SK will definitely get back to you as well. And yeah, I just had to throw this out there. Some of the teams you could see they're going for some special liveries. And I think Red Bull is actually going to be on the list and giving a few fans a chance to actually make a livery. So who knows? They may top the list higher up later in the year. That also helped boost them a little bit into 7th with a tying score of McLaren with 6. Now, we already know what's here. You see that prancing horse, Scuderia Ferrari. Ooh, gotta love the Scarlet Red team there. And yes, same as Red Bull, not a lot of changes from last year. But if you saw last year, Ferrari just squeaked out with the best looking car of the year, and I think that's why they had to kind of make it up there this year. Now, I will say that carbon fiber wing with the little Italian flag in the back, it just does something for me. Maybe it's a little cheesy looking, but I still love it. I still love it. And yeah, the car overall just looks great. I really can't say much at all about the Ferrari. To be honest, again, for me personally, I still feel like it's one of my favorites, but I try to be a little more objective this time around and find things that I could give credit to for other constructors that I couldn't for some. So I really try to penalize Ferrari for the fact that it looked so similar. Even with their sponsors, all of it just really looks very unchanged. So while they had such a great car last year, I had to ding them a little bit and try to really play up some of the other stuff from other teams. I do like the look of their floor, and of course the wing, everything just looks so menacing coming at you. I don't think there's anybody out there that can really hate Ferrari. I certainly don't, and oh, that badge just gets my heart thumping. Does it not for you people? Let me know. But they came in 6th place with a score of 7, and 7 really isn't bad at all. So just is what it is, I guess. And now we're going to flip-flop a little because Aston Martin squeaked in just under Ferrari last year. Yes, that's right. And the Aston Martin looks so great, and I love seeing the drivers there. Got Lance, and of course, you got Alonso coming in. Can't wait to see what he does this year. Very much looking to testing this weekend. But the Aston Martin, it just looks phenomenal as well, but very, very much unchanged. That's right. We can kind of see the pods on the side there. Definitely a little change with the venting and so forth. And I almost kind of like the fact that it looks a little more chromish. And maybe it's just some of the angles here. But yeah, it looks just like a little bit hint more of like a chrome metal flake in there. So I'm really liking that. And just because, and I love the lime green yellow stripe through the middle there. So I think because they were so neck and neck last year, that kind of gave them the edge up this year on their car. And yeah, so that's why they beat out Ferrari And you can kind of see the changes there. Definitely a big change in the pod there. I wonder what that's really going to do for them. It's going to be interesting. You can see the front nose the whole way through kind of sitting up a little higher. Could just be the photo itself, but very interesting to note. And yeah, I also like, yeah, I love that scoop in the front, in the middle there. Definitely a little just sharper. The way it cuts off a little bit, drags out. Very nice. But yes, Aston Martin looking great as always. I think as anybody would expect for an Aston Martin, and they are 5th place. It's funny, I actually thought they were going to come in 5th for the constructors, and they were pretty close. You know, they did very well for last year. But hey, they got 5th in the livery contest here, so 7.5 score for them. Very nice. And then we are going to move on to the Merc. Look at those boys looking sharp. Oh, yes, yes. I cannot wait to see. And of course, we got another great backup driver here in Mick Schumacher for Mercedes-AMG. Oh, just great. And you can see the silver arrow is no more. They went back to black, trying to see if they can duplicate off of the 7th World Championship that Lewis Hamilton got with that black Mercedes. And now they are back to it, and it looks nice. I really like the little red accent there right on the top, and it kind of helps cut up, like, so the car, it's that little flare, but it helps to break up the car enough that you really feel the swoop a little bit more. I really like the look of the floor. Just the all black just looks menacing. You can't say much more about it. And yeah, it's just a really well put together car. So a little bit more change versus last year than some of the other ones, so that helped really boost them. I just really like the blue. I kind of wish there was a little bit more teal blue, but almost I kind of say that, but then I feel like there's enough in there that I feel like I don't know where I would even add it, so it's kind of like a criticism without any kind of real anything to back it up. But yes, this car is just looking excellent. I love the way it looks from that view right there. Oh man, and you can kind of see the carbon fiber running up the nose of the car too, which I really do like. I didn't even pick up that. I saw it on the wing, but I just picking it up now, and oh, I'm really liking that. And actually, you could see the teal blue on the black back wing. And yeah, I think there's quite enough. I think any more and it would kind of almost seem like a two-tone color car, and I really think it was meant to be an all black. And one thing I really love too is the accent colors for the numbers. They did just a little bit of it on the wheel arches there and fenders. And yeah, I just really like the look of it. It pops. You can really see it. Even in the wet here, you can really see the numbers pop. And yeah, just a really nice look. And you got the boys hanging out with the car already. You know, they're going to be in that cockpit this weekend. So Mercedes came in 4th with a 7.5. Now, going on to Haas. Haas here, their car looks great. I really can't say much about it at all. I really like the black as well, but I like the way they cut it up with the white over the cockpit a little bit, just little flares here and there. And it really reminds me of an underdog car. They did what they could with it, but it's not extravagant. They didn't spend tons of time developing the livery of this car. I think they spent a lot more money on the development of it, but I like the big MoneyGram. I like that they're getting the sponsors. I won't lie, just the MoneyGram thing doesn't really look that cool. It's just MoneyGram, whatever. But I like that they got a nice big title sponsor to throw right on there. Oh, just it's making me happy. This year, got 3 races for America. Got a American driver. Obviously not for Haas right now, but that's all right. But then you got the American team in it. And the car just looks great. I really like that top-down view. And again, nothing very serious about it. You can kind of see the release ad actually had the MoneyGram in white. So I'm kind of wondering if they'll flip that around a bit. I'm really looking forward to what it seems like on track. But of course, Haas came out 3rd because of that. A little bit, not too much different than last year, but enough. And just the kind of underdog factor, you know, the big title sponsor. Yeah, it just all attributed to, you know, them getting a good score of 8. Now we're moving on to the final 2. So you can probably guess who came in first at this point by process of elimination. Williams came in 2nd place, and that's just because I really do like the blue. It pops out really well. I really like, you know, it's very simple, but that Duracell, the way they integrated it into the top there really sticks out for me, and I just really like the way that thing looks. It's just a fun thing, and because there's a lot going on, the car looks like it's moving. It's really not my favorite look, but I tried to give a lot to doing something a little different. So the Duracell a little bit, I kind of like the way the numbers look. You got the Gulf title sponsor coming in. Not title sponsor, but major sponsor. And actually, I think it is going to be a major sponsor for them. So that was a pretty big thing. I like the car. I'm not an absolute in love with it, but I'm always more impressed with the way it looks out on track from last year. And I think the same will hold true. I like the way they integrated a few different blues. And now this is also why they got a lot of credit, because if they come out with a Gulf livery, they're immediately going to be the best looking car, and they'll certainly get the win for this year overall for livery looks. So that right there definitely shot them up. Now, this is a concept livery here. Yes, I get it, people. I do get it. But I still just wanted to throw that out there, because I don't think there's going to be anyone else that can really beat them. We can all remember the Gulf livery with McLaren last year. I mean, it's just phenomenal, and you can't beat it. You can't really beat it at all. And so they got a score of 8, tying Haas actually, but just squeaking them out because of the Gulf. And then, of course, we got Alfa Romeo. Now, they did a great thing last year in coming out with their car and just being so striking, and I think they did the same this year. The red and black. I kind of liked a little bit of the white from last year, but I don't know what it is about this Alfa. But man, if they can sustain their upgrades this year, unlike they did last year, then the performance of their car, if they come out right out of the gate like they did, is going to be immense. The car looks great, and I think they got a lot to do this year. But I mean, I don't know. If you're talking about art, this thing looks like an Italian crafted masterpiece. It just does. I love it from tip to tail, and so. Yeah, I'm not going to go into much more than that, other than this thing is just beautiful. It is just beautiful. And yeah, it's just simple. They got it right out of the bag. You can see the difference here. It just looks immaculate. So they got first place, score of 9. And there you go. That is the list right there. Tell me what you think. Again, hit that comment section up. Am I completely off? Did my bias slip into this too much? You can leave it all. I can certainly take it. We can have that conversation. It's all good. And here's just a quick look, a little mashup at some of the cars and the way they look and differ. And it's just very interesting. I mean, look at that. Look at that Haas wing. Just looks very flat, very slippery. And it could be a little bit of the angle of the picture too. But just very, very interesting to see some of the concepts that have come up. Even though the changes aren't that great this year, there's always a big change between different constructors, and you can even see that in the side pods. But yes, we're out on track in Bahrain for some pre-testing, so it is looking like a great weekend. We finally got some cars moving around on track, people. Yes, that's right. So I can't wait to see them all out there. What do you think? What do you think we're going to get for takeaways this weekend? Be sure to leave that. Of course, my comments and video on the testing will be coming up. And as far as liveries, we already know there's some other teams in the works coming up. So we got Audi, we got Ford in talk with doing some engine stuff. So there's always room for changes and, some other people to get in the field and contest some of these other constructors. So we shall see what comes up next. But for now, this is the 2023 lineup that I have, and you can let me know again in the comment section what you think. But Alfa Romeo takes the list.